Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, then welcome. My name is Allie, and in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you some super simple summer decor ideas that are gonna make your home feel light, fresh, airy, and elevated without spending a ton of money. All of these tips that I'm sharing with you today will make your home look and feel very expensive and high-end. I'll take you through a few key areas of my home using natural, fresh, organic materials that most of us already have, and in some cases maybe go out and buy a thing or two that's very inexpensive to really just give your home that elevated feel. I'll also be sharing with you a really refreshing summer recipe. It's super easy to make, and I'll share that at the end of the video, so stick around if you're interested for that. If you like videos like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you have your notifications turned on so that you never miss a video, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think and maybe what tip was your favorite. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. So my first tip is to swap out heavy fabrics. You want to be removing all of those heavy fabrics and maybe some darker colors, and instead replacing them with lighter fabrics, lighter linens. Lighter textures instantly make the space feel more breezy and more high-end. You can use linen or cotton. You can change out your pillow covers with something a little bit lighter, maybe a nice floral pattern. Use gauzy curtains and light blankets. You want to go for something that's breathable. So think cotton, muslin, waffle weave, and lightweight. I'll link a few options below for you in the description box. But again, just changing out those heavy fabrics and darker colors and swapping them out for something lighter, more breathable, and brighter is my number one tip for making your home feel more high-end and breezy for the season of summer. My second tip is to use citrus accents. Using citrus is such an inexpensive way to make your home feel fresh and clean, especially in those warmer months. You can style a bowl of lemons or limes and use it as a centerpiece for a dining table or maybe on the side of a kitchen island. This always reminds me of that experience of being in a luxury spa. Using those natural organic ingredients really helps to invoke that freshness and brightness in a home. You can even slice those lemons up and make a beautiful and delicious lavender lemonade. I love doing this either when we're having guests over or even just for our family. And it's so cool and refreshing for those warm days. And it just looks beautiful on a table if you're having guests over. It's one of my favorite things to do in those warmer months. It's super inexpensive. You just need to either look in your refrigerator or make a quick trip to your grocery store and you can achieve this look and feel in your home. I'll include how to make this lavender lemonade step by step at the end of this video, and I'll include the recipe down below in the description box if you're interested. My third tip to give your home that refreshing feel in the summer months is to use greenery, and that can be either real greenery or artificial greenery. Think eucalyptus, ferns, olive branches, anything that gives that soft look and that Mediterranean feel is going to give your home that refreshing summer touch. Using simple greenery stems in vases just really lightens and brightens things up for summer. You can even be sparse with your stems as long as they are green, light, and bright. You can use budding white stems as well if you want to keep things neutral, or maybe even go into those yellows and bolder colors for the season of summer. As a thrift tip, you can repurpose wine bottles or even just go into your cabinet and maybe shop around in there and pull out all of your glass containers. I love pulling out all the glass containers from my cabinets and just arranging them in a nice centerpiece running down the center of my dining table, going to the grocery store and just popping in some fresh summer stems. This is such an inexpensive, elevated way to give your home that refreshing feeling for the summer months. Fairy plants are also a great way to do this. I'll link a video down below for you where I actually styled these in some of my favorite planters that I already owned. They're so delicate and light and airy, and they really give that refreshing feel for the summer. My fourth tip is to bring in coastal or neutral accessories with organic textures. So think rope, woven baskets, rattan trays, jute rugs, driftwood terrariums. All of these neutral tones are really going to help warm your space up, but in a way that feels cool and refreshing for the warm summer months. Stick to neutral tones with varied textures for that Serena and Lily vibe without the price tag. Tip number 5 is to use summer scents and lighting. A lot of times when we're styling our homes, it's not just about what we see, but it's about how we experience our space. So think about things like candles and soaps to really invoke the senses. Bring in that extra vibe of summer. You can do this, of course, by adding candles in those beachy and botanical scents, swapping out your soaps for some summer scented soaps like maybe cucumber or lemon, lavender. Really any kind of citrus will help here. You can even swap out some warm lighting for some soft white just to brighten up the space. I love using battery operated candles all throughout my home just to give that nice pop of warmth, and it works exceptionally well in the summertime. I use these in areas where maybe I don't want an open flame, like a tucked in bookshelf or in a high traffic area of my home. It just helps to bring in that movement in a place that might feel otherwise stagnant. But using those summer scents and that soft white light really helps to just invoke the season of summertime and make the home feel a little bit more luxe for the season that we're in. Tip number 6 is to thrift. You can head to your local thrift store and see what they have there that you can score on a budget. One of the best things to thrift are baskets because they're so light and airy. And that goes back to one of our previous tips, which is to really bring in that texture with a basket weave or a jute kind of feel. Recently, I went and transformed 2 types of baskets, and it was so inexpensive. It was actually a ton of fun to do and really just helped to elevate my home and give it that refreshing kind of feel. I also went thrifting in my own storage bin at home. I knew that I had some odds and end pieces that I hadn't been using. I considered getting rid of them, but once I found this candle holder and this bowl, I put them together, and just with a little bit of spray paint and a little bit of Gorilla Glue, I had this gorgeous pedestal bowl that now fits in with my home decor aesthetic. So think about what you might have in storage, what you might be able to play with. It might be something as simple as a bowl with a little bit of spray paint. Let it dry, and then you can fill some of those citrus accents in them, or maybe some lighter and brighter greens or potpourri. Anything that just brightens up the space will make your home feel elevated and look more expensive. So now we're going to get into how to make that refreshing lavender lemonade. It's super easy to do. You just need to get about 5 or 6 medium-sized lemons, and then you're going to use some culinary lavender, which I'll link for you down below. Next up, you're going to use some wildflower honey, and then optionally, you could add in some mint for a garnish. So the first thing you'll do is you are going to melt the honey with about a cup of water over a medium heat, and then add in 4 teaspoons of the lavender and just give that a stir, and you're going to let that simmer for about 5 minutes. And as that's simmering, you can slice up your lemons, and you can use a citrus juicer for this, or I will just use my hands, as you can see, while I catch the seeds. But you just want to squeeze out that lemon juice into a glass container. This should give you about 1 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Once that's done, you just take a small strainer and pour out that lavender honey syrup to catch those seeds in the strainer. And I like to just press with a spoon so that I can get all that deliciousness out of the seeds. And now you're going to pour that lavender syrup with the lemon juice into a nice pitcher. And then you're going to add about 2 to 3 cups of water, depending on how much you like. You can also double this batch really easily. I like to add some ice cubes and some fresh slices of lemon, and also just a couple of sprigs of mint for a garnish and to just add that refreshing minty taste. A way to style this is to use a round woven tray like I've done here, and then I have a large white vase that I added some dried lavender in. And then I added a tea towel along with, of course, my fresh squeezed lemonade. And then I have these cups that I found on Amazon. They're a great option if you're going to be entertaining outdoors on a patio. Maybe you don't want to use actual glass. And they look very classy. I actually used these on Easter and they worked out so well. And there you have it. You have a nice little station that looks beautiful and is ready for entertaining at a moment's notice. It's the perfect, light, breezy, airy way to pull together a beautiful station on your dining table. And I really love the way that all the colors and all the textures play off of one another. It does so in an inviting way that's perfect for summer, and again incorporates that fresh citrus, the fresh mint, so it brings in all the senses. You have your smell with the mint and the lavender, you have of course the visual aspect, and then you have the delicious taste of this freshly squeezed drink that you can make that requires minimal effort and is super refreshing on a hot summer's day. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and these tips, and that you get to incorporate some of them into your home to really give it that high-end feel without having to spend a ton of money. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That really helps my channel, and I love hearing from you guys, so please drop me a comment down below. Let me know maybe what tips were your favorite and which ones you plan on incorporating into your home. On a personal note, I also wanted to share that a lot of you guys who have been following me know that I have been participating in a fundraiser, and this was in honor of my daughter Penelope, who is a leukemia survivor. So I was running in a competition called Visionaries of the Year, and it was between me and 11 other candidates in the Charlotte area. And it was a friendly competition where we were raising the most money that we can in honor of cancer and research, better treatments. So of course I ran in honor of Penelope, and I had a team, and together over the course of 10 weeks, we just held a lot of events and fundraisers and 50-50 raffles, and really just did whatever we could to come up with creative ways to fundraise. And so many of you were so kind and even donated to my fundraiser, which was so incredible. And I just wanted to share with you that we actually won. So I'm going to insert a few clips here so that you can see some of the magic that happened at the gala this past Saturday night. It was so much fun. And honestly, it was just very healing and rewarding to be able to go through this process. And even if I didn't win, I told my team during our last call that even if we didn't win, it's still such a wonderful experience to be able to raise all of that money and then hand it over to the cause. We raised $150,000 in a matter of 10 weeks. Since our team raised so much, I actually get to direct where our funding goes. So considering where my heart is with my daughter, all of the money that we raised is going towards something called the Dare to Dream Project with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It's a huge initiative where they are creating better research and better medicines that are all less toxic and more targeted and precise, so that they can actually attack and get rid of the cancer while leaving the rest of the child's body unharmed. This is obviously a huge cause that is near and dear to my family's heart. So to be able to give back like that was honestly very healing. It was a wonderful night.